Well, let's get started. Got a lot to talk about today. On the well.
Welcome to The Well, the place where we can talk about prayer, the politics, and everything in between. I'm your host, Marvin, and today I'm here with Christiana, Brianna, Brian, and Kendra. How you feeling today?
We're feeling great. We're happy to be back.
Happy
It's
4th
been
of
a long
July.
time since I've been on the show.
For the first time on The Well, we have Christiana and Kendra. How y'all feeling today?
I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm
feeling
really good.
I'm feeling
You look
blessed.
great.
Awesome. What are you doing for the 4th of July, Christiana?
Ooh, tomorrow I'll probably go to my grandparents. They always cook really good ribs and barbecue. I'll be with family and probably go see a movie.
Yummy.
Awesome.
Keep it
Kendra?
chill.
Can I come?
Yeah, sure.
I guess
why
you have no
not?
plans. And no friends, huh?
I have
I'm
friends.
sorry. I'm sorry about that. Let's keep it holy.
Right.
But what are you going to do? What are you going to do for the 4th?
Honestly, I'm just hoping for a text message to come through inviting me somewhere.
Well, aren't we all?
I'm not from LA, so I don't have family house to go over.
Aw,
Okay.
I'll invite
See?
you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Aw,
Because you're sweet.
thank you.
Oh,
Well,
Okay. What do you light up on the 4th of July?
what do I light up?
Yes.
Well, sir, there's no lighting over here. God has changed the inside.
what about
So no,
fireworks?
we you
What
know
about,
we-
no
we-
fireworks? No
we-
fireworks? No fireworks?
You know
Light
what I'm
up the
saying?
grill.
We try to stay
Thank
away.
you, Christiana.
Yes,
part.
thank you, Will.
Right.
You know, I didn't know where he was going with that. 'Cause This is the well.
went there.
This is the well, and we go there sometimes.
Now being that we're on the well, we like to go deeper. So, Brianna, what do you think Jesus would do on the 4th of July?
On the 4th of July, I definitely think Jesus would be hanging out with the commoners. Like, he would just be on the streets, like, hanging out, getting to know people, inviting them to his place.
Do you, Christiana, do you think Jesus would do fireworks?
You know what?
He doesn't
hard.
need fireworks.
Because, I mean,
He
he
is
is
the
the light.
fire.
Come on now,
He
he's
is
the
the light.
No, I feel
Turn
like
up.
I don't
The
feel
way
like he
that
would.
you-
I feel like Jesus is very just
more laid
simple.
back.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
laid back. I don't think that he would.
No?
He wasn't worldly like that. He was really.
He
Worldly?
loves us too much.
Jesus
Is,
is.
You know
so
what?
you
We
just
about to
said
have
the
a real
4th of
talk.
July is worldly?
I mean, there are some aspects of it that can be very worldly. Yes.
Maybe we need to talk about the meaning of 4th of July. What does it mean to you ladies, 4th of July?
To me, I think the 4th of July, especially as a person of color, just
Oh,
outside of
okay.
and blending that with faith, it means remaining and staying consistent with freedom and the
yeah.
idea of liberation.
that.
Very nice.
The Bible talks about in Galatians 5 how God has been gracious enough to have set us free, but it is your duty to stay free and to get out of that. And I think sometimes freedom as a mindset can be so difficult to obtain, and to stay consistent with that. We want to be free, but do we conduct ourselves in ways that declare that keep us consistent with
So
that?
living in
She's
bondage.
deep.
Get free and stay that way.
good.
Amen.
Get delivered and stay free. And so I think that that's what it means to me, especially as a person of color.
I believe you caught them all off guard with
Yeah.
how deep and
She
in
went
depth
right
that
out.
was.
Sorry.
That was woo, that was nice, but it was great.
So tagging along what you were saying with freedom, that we have some things going on in the world, and one of them is Colin Kaepernick. He's standing up for something right now, and he seems to get kind of shunned and pushed to the side because he's standing up for one of his beliefs. What do you guys think about that?
I think that it kind of falls in line in terms of persecution, but it's not necessarily he's standing up for religious freedoms.
That I think freedom is a movement. When one person sees himself as liberated and one person sees himself as free, others will grab onto that. People will gravitate to that. So I think that it's so important that we as Christians practice that light, become that freedom. Just like a light in a dark place, once it's there, it illuminates the whole room.
Right. And so how do we practice that light, just like in everyday life? Like, what are some ways that we can just be the light?
I think kind of in the same realm of that, it's kind of easy to say that from a Western standpoint because we're not burnt at the stake for saying, I love Jesus. Yeah. So in terms of, I want to be free, but you have those who are fighting constantly that religious oppression. So it's difficult. Yeah, we're persecuted over here, but there's still that dynamic of my government in America says that I can be a Christian, I can be a Muslim, I can be whatever I want to be and be okay. But when your government says, be saved and you die, there's a difference. That standard is kind of different.
I think it's always been like that.
you know.
I think what we're doing more now is we're being more unashamed of the gospel. Because I think right now in this time and day, in this time and season, we have to be unashamed of the gospel, like in Romans 1:16. I mean, because a lot of people aren't standing up. A lot of us are compromising. And a lot of times when you do that, you can't walk in that freedom that God has given you. Once you've given your life to Christ and you say, okay, I'm going to start to do things better, your walk has to be different. They represent Christ.
Exactly. Sometimes it's kind of, they're scared of what that persecution will look like. Oh, if I say I'm saved, then I'm not gonna be invited to the function. Or if I say I'm saved, then they're gonna expect me to be not necessarily holier than that, but they're gonna expect for me to look different. If I'm saved, then I'm supposed to air quotes, super air quotes, supposed to look a certain way. As Christians, and we can persecute each other because we'll categorize sin and say, oh well, they're homosexual, so they're way off, but you cheat on your taxes. So that persecution,
Very true.
it's
all the same.
level.
Right,
It's all the same.
Yes. Like Brian was saying earlier, as soon as a tragedy happens, everybody wants to pray. But when it comes to dealing with issues
Living
that make us
right or
uncomfortable,
doing
right?
bad.
Homosexuality,
live right.
abstinence, finances, even getting your money together, all of that.
Yeah.
People try to shy away from it, and they get so quiet, and they get apologetically kind of. They silence themselves.
My question is, we always want God to bless. When are the people in America gonna bless God back?
I think that it starts really with the law. If you want to look at it as America as a nation as a whole, even going back to previous decades under different presidencies, different terms, they made sure, although there was no favoritism toward any particular religion, there was still an acknowledgement and a respect for God. Now, you define God how you want to, whether it was Buddha, Jehovah Jireh, whoever. There was a just a certain respect. And so I think that if we had people in positions of leadership, in mobilization, that were able to understand that and to keep that alive while being able to move forward and to advance themselves with the political climate of today, we would be able to move God, because the government is on his shoulders. So we can't progress, we can't see justice, we can't see peace until we go back to that place.
Hey, I think we should all get out there and make a difference. I mean, we could talk all day, we can protest, we can stand, we can do things, but if you're not going to handle business at the end of the day and walk in that and put that faith into action, you're just talking. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? So.
Gotcha.
Faith without works is dead.
Amen, sister. So I'm going to ask you guys a question. So in life, we all have hopes and dreams and things that we look forward to in life, something we all want to become. Recently, there was a U.S. soccer player who gave up on her lifelong dream because she didn't want to go against her religion, do something that went against her religion. Would you be willing to give up on your lifelong dream for your Christianity?
Yeah, me personally, I'm going to have to do that.
Yep.
Because I know what Christ suffered on the cross. I know what he's done in my life. Other doors are going to open up.
Amen.
So if that acting door is closed, then you best believe B. Bradley is going to find a way to make it really happen. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? We're going to make it happen. We're going to make him laugh, and we're going to have a good time doing it. So if you close that door, the Lord will make a way, and another door is going to pop open, and we're going to hold it down. So.
Amen.
Yes. And it's not like God will take things away from us that he loves. He's a God that cares about our passions and cares about our dreams. And I believe what Brian says. He wouldn't take something away without giving you something greater.
In our own personal weakness, like if we feel like I won't be able to give up on my lifelong dream for the glory of God, even if it's not to, some extreme extent. In those moments where we feel like we can't, like I really want to do this, but I know I'm a Christian, but I really feel like I want to do this, but I know I know God gonna get me later. Like in our weakness, that's when he is made strong. So I think, even in terms of persecution or lifelong goals, we have to remember that God is still in charge and he's always in control, and things are still gonna work together.
And we just need to remember that it's God that is the one that instills within us these dreams and these, these aspirations and these talents that we have. So if you can't, remember that God is the one that gave this to you, then you don't deserve to even have it in the first place.
But what I've learned from most people, and a lot of people watching The Well, is that we all can say that, and that sounds good, but what percentage do you think actually lives that way?
Well, I mean, okay, now let's now there'll be certain things, like say if I'm you know, if I was kind of like backsliding, I was kind of going back and forth. My relationship really wasn't on point. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I might be like, you know what? I know I'm not supposed to do that, but I'm going to do that because I feel like that's not that bad. You know what I'm saying? I really need this money right now. Yeah, I've had those times where I've fallen or I'm like, yo, I need this money, so let's get it popping. You know what I'm saying? So, but if it's like one of those major things, it's going to like really, I'm denouncing Christianity and I'm like, we can't get down like that. But I'm not saying that there's levels, but I think also it really depends on where you're at in your relationship also. Because you might not be there.
I've had someone tell me before, you can turn that down, but if you think of it in a way, if you take that opportunity, you can reach even more people by taking that opportunity. Then they can hear you after the fact say, hey, I stand for God in all that I do.
Yeah, that's I don't know. That kind of ties into that. You know what, Lord? I'm just praying right now because I know I'm about to go to Shorty's house and get it popping. So forgive me right now. Like it's like I already knew what I was doing. It's different. I think it's different if you didn't know what was going to happen. But if you kind of know, you're kind of playing with that grace and mercy at that point.
But to answer Marvin's question,
how many?
I think people would do it though.
Yeah, I think that there's a difference between I won't even necessarily say. I guess I can. I'll say a difference in what you said in terms of, okay, if you say yes to this opportunity, then your reach could be greater. Yeah. But in the same time, there's a way to be a Christian but being modest, because I'll know somebody saved by their actions. Yeah. So I don't have to wear a Jesus Loves Me and You t-shirt every day walking up and down Crenshaw for somebody to be like, you know what, I think the way she's carrying herself, that should speak for itself.
Do you think your everyday life can speak for you, even though you may take that part or do something that may look a little different? Because say if I turn that down, I reach nobody. I'm just a silent guy in the corner standing up on my own. But if I take that opportunity, whatever opportunity we're talking about that goes against or may seem like it's going against our religion, if I take that opportunity, I can reach millions. But if I turn that opportunity down, I'm just a silent guy in the corner.
But then who are you really trying to glorify? Are you trying to glorify you to reach people, or because God's going to get the glory regardless? Yes. So if I feel like if I say no, God's gospel's not going to be preached, then that's the issue. That's another issue. That's when pride comes in. Like, oh man, if I don't do this, then ain't nobody gonna do it. No, it's gonna get there anyway. If it's meant to get to the ends of the earth, it will.
Thank you for watching The Well on today. If you've liked this show, and if there's a time you've been persecuted and you ever thought about that, please comment below at the bottom below. Follow us on Facebook. Watch us on YouTube. Thank you. We'll catch you next time. Looking for more West State TV original content? Like and subscribe to make sure you never miss a video.